going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. For those of you who are new to the channel, I am your host, as always, Rasheed White. All right, so it seems like the Brooklyn Nets are going to be in the market of not enough supply and too much demand. All right, so Cam Johnson is actually going to be getting a lot of attention from other general managers across the NBA spectrum there. And let's get into this right here. Now, I think the Brooklyn Nets should actually just pay the guy. They're talking about $100 million something over 4 years. I think that's well worth the money. Listen, if Sean Marks can actually give what's his name? Joe Johnson. I mean, Joe Johnson. Joe Harris, $75 million, and Alan Crabb, I think it was like 75 something $million, I believe. And then the other kid from Miami, there was Tyler Johnson, I think that was his name. They signed him to a massive offer sheet, and Cam Johnson is, just categorically way better than any of those three players combined right there. So I don't see what actually really the problem is right there. But let's get into this article. See what we're talking about. So now the only thing I would say with Cam Johnson is that he was a little inconsistent, but that could be because of the actual contract. I mean, he doesn't want to do. Some guys will play hard for a contract. I think it will be like 1, 2, 3 years in, and then when they sign that next extension, they'll probably take their foot off the gas a little bit. But I think in Cam Johnson's case is that he didn't want to really get hurt or risk any kind of significant injury because, like I said, when he was with the Phoenix Suns, and us as the Brooklyn Nets, we played them. he was destroying us, man. He was killing us. He comes to the Brooklyn Nets, and it's like, you want to see a little bit more. But again, like I said, you look at Joe Harris, you look at Alan Crabb, and the shooters, and guys that can actually provide spaces, which is like really the most critical component when it actually comes to basketball, is spacing. And he actually really truly provides that, and this is why you actually see some of these shooters making some serious money over here, like Cam Johnson and Joe Harris over there. Just 4 years, $75 million for Joe Harris just to provide some spacing. And if he can actually do that, he's definitely valuable right there, man. So it's like there's other teams that are in play right here, which is this article is actually talking about, and rebuilders such as the Utah Jazz, Charlotte Hornets. You're talking about Houston. If Miami had Cam Johnson right now, I don't know. Maybe they'll be in a way different position right now. They have somebody that can actually physically stand up to like Aaron Gordon right now. Like I said in my last video, I told you guys, Aaron Gordon is a beast, man. I played against guys like that, man. You need to be like, really just as hyper athletic as him and able to actually move your feet. And I'm not saying Cam Johnson is actually hyper athletic, but he can actually throw a little bit of a wall, a little bit of resistance in there to guys like Aaron Gordon right there. Aaron Gordon's just not going to be able to run right over him. So yeah, you got to look at that. And now for the teams like the Utah Jazz and the Charlotte Hornets and maybe the Houston Rockets, I don't think that really helps them. But like a team like Miami, a team like Boston, teams that are right there on the precipice of actually winning the championship, I think that he can actually really truly help them. So, like you talking about the Magic, the Orlando Magic. Now, Orlando Magic is another one. I think they can actually get into the playoffs if they actually get somebody like a Cam Johnson there. But San Antonio, all these teams are. It seems like they're actually flush with cash, and they are going to look to throw some money on that. So all this competition, again, it's exactly what I'm saying. All this competition will drive prices skyward, which means the Nets must prepare themselves to match a 9-figure offer if they want to retain Johnson's services over the next 4 seasons. It's a tough situation. So I like it. I mean, you could put Cam as and depending on the matchup, you could put Cam as a small 4. You know, you go small on the 4. Yeah, I mean, he's very versatile. I mean, he can guard 2s, 3s, 4s, maybe a point guard, depending on the actual explosiveness of that point guard. But 2, 3s, and 4s, depending on the matchup at the 4 position, most definitely right there, man. I would definitely take this over here. So yeah, I think the Brooklyn Nets should match anything that the actual. Listen, you got to get somebody over here, man. And you see with the Miami Heat, look at the team. They actually had nobody actually thought that that the Miami Heat would actually be in the position where they are right now. But now look at the Brooklyn Nets. On paper, they are actually more talented than the Miami Heat. On paper. And it shows if you actually play team basketball and you actually play basketball the right way and everybody likes each other, you guys get along. It seems like, I mean, that's the case here with the Brooklyn Nets, that you can actually go a real, true long way. You can go a long way. And everybody's dialed in. So that means paying attention to like scouting reports and tendencies of the other players, all the little things that the Miami Heat are actually doing can be replicated here with the Brooklyn Nets. So we'll actually see what happens. All right, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, certainly share this video. And when you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.